What's up YouTube, Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. In this channel we talk about the stock market and we do it in two different languages, English and Spanish. So if English is not your cup of tea, you can also watch just for the same video narrated by me in Spanish. And in this video, and as we are doing it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update going over what happened today in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, which are the most important indices of the United States stock market. And I also want to share with you guys, I also want to tell you the 3 stocks on the top of my watch list for tomorrow's trading session. So let's get started. And today we pretty much had a green day in the markets, a green day all across the board, except for the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 went down today 0.90%. In the case of the Dow Jones, it was positive on the day, up 0.32%. And what you guys can see on your screens is the 1-hour chart of the S&P 500. So take a look at these guys. We pretty much pulled up all day long, all right, from 39.13 up to 39.50, okay? Then we retraced a little, into the closing bell, nothing to be worried about. And I have been calling out here in the channel, guys, that it looks like the final destination for the bulls in the S&P 500 is going to be 4,000 points, all right? I think that we are getting closer to 4,000 points in the S&P 500, and that fat number, 4,000 points, is starting to act like a magnet for the bulls in this index. So tomorrow, guys, we have 2 very important resistances for the bulls. The first resistance is going to be at around 39.60, okay, which was a spot in which the bulls failed back on March 18th, and the next resistance is obviously going to be all-time high at 39.83, okay? If the bulls happen to take on these 2 next levels of resistances, then we are going up to 4,000 points, guys, no doubt about it. On the flip side, if we happen to see a drop in the S&P 500, then we have 2 very important levels of supports for the bulls, okay? The first very critical and important level of support for the bulls in the S&P 500 is going to be 39.13, 39.15. And why? Take a look at this, guys. 39.13 was the low of today's trading session, but it also acted as a support back on March 12th, March 11th, and it acted as a resistance that the bulls couldn't take on back on March 10th, March 9th, March 2nd, and March 1st. Okay, so we are talking about a very strong level of former resistance and also a very strong level of former support for the bulls. So if we happen to drop to 39.13, 39.15 approximately, we can expect the S&P 500 to find some sort of support at around these points, okay, at around this level. If 39.13, 39.15 happens to be broken to the downside, then the next foreseeable level of support for the bulls in this index is going to be this red line that you guys can see over here at 38.85, okay? 38.85 was last Friday's low, and it also acted as a support for the bulls in the S&P 500 back on March 10th, okay? So to the downside, guys, watch out for 39.13, 38.85, and let's see if tomorrow or in the next days the bulls can take on 4,000 points in the S&P 500. And when it comes to the Nasdaq 100, let me pull up here the 1-hour chart of the NDX. And in the case of the Nasdaq 100, guys, this index went up today 1.71%. This was the best performing index out of the bunch. And we have a huge level of resistance coming up in the Nasdaq 100, 13,300 points, guys. Take a look at this. 13,300 points acted as a resistance, in which, by the way, the bulls failed at back on March 16th, March 2nd, March 1st, February 25th, and February 24th. So the bulls have failed at 13,300 points in 5 opportunities in the past. So, wow, 13,300 points is going to be prime time for the bulls, okay? If the bulls happen to break this resistance, then let me pull up here the 4-hour chart. The next foreseeable resistance for the bulls in the Nasdaq 100 is going to be 13,684 points, okay, which acted as a resistance in 1, 2, and 3 trading sessions in the past, okay? On the flip side, and let me pull up here again the 1-hour chart. So in the case of seeing a retracement or a pullback in the Nasdaq 100, then the next very important level of support for the bulls is going to be at around 12,764 points. Take a look at this, guys. 12,774, 12,777 points has acted as a support for the bulls in the Nasdaq. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the past. So if we happen to see a drop or a retracement in the Nasdaq 100, the bulls are very likely to find a very strong support at 12,770 points, give or take, okay? So let's see how everything plays out for the bulls in the Nasdaq 100 tomorrow. Okay, guys, and when it comes to the 3 stocks on the top of my watch list for tomorrow's trading session, the first one is going to be Plug Power, ticker symbol PLUE. And in the case of Plug Power, and as many of you guys already know, this is a company that focuses on the manufacture of hydrogen and fuel cell systems. And it went up today 1.65%. And despite the fact that Plug Power pulled up today almost 2%, guys, take a look at this. Plug Power is still trading 48% of its highs, guys. Unbelievable, okay? So if any of you is bullish on Plug Power, here you have a very attractive long-term discount. Okay, my plan with Plug Power. So I would like, guys, to start a swing position on Plug Power if I notice, or if Plug Power rather breaks above the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, okay? The 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart is located at something like $41.50 or $42, okay? So if Plug Power breaks above the 50 SMA, I will probably be buying 100 or 150 shares. And as I said before, to take a swing trade on Plug Power. And why, guys? Because I think that if this move happens, okay, if we see Plug Power breaking above the 50 SMA, it is very likely to fill up the gap to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart sooner rather than later, okay? The 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart is at $52 per share. So from, say, $42 up to $52, we're talking about a 18% profit, okay? A very attractive profit, taking into account that we are talking about a short-term trade. On the flip side, if we see Plug Power, okay, pulling back tomorrow, guys, I think that $37.38 is definitely a buy. And why? Well, because $37.38 already acted as a support for Plug Power 1, 2, and 3 times in the past. And on top of that, $38.38 is a former resistance, or acted as a very strong resistance for Plug Power back in December of last year. So if Block Power happens to pull back tomorrow, it is very likely to find a very good support in an area that acted as a former support and also acted as a former resistance. So watch out for Block Power tomorrow, guys. I really believe that if it breaks the 50 SMA on good volume and momentum, it is going to be off to the races, no doubt about it. And the second stock on my watch list for tomorrow's trading session is going to be GameStop, good old GameStop. And mind you guys, GameStop is reporting earnings tomorrow. I want to show you guys this. Today, I purchased 20 shares of GameStop at $198.14. I am a bit under the water here, but I am not really worried. I actually purchased these shares because I want to take advantage of the volatility that we are very likely to see tomorrow on GameStop, because this company is reporting earnings after the closing bell. So if we zoom in on the 4-hour chart, so what's my plan with GameStop tomorrow, guys? Well, first of all, if GameStop happens to pull back tomorrow down to this red line that you guys can see over here at around $172 per share, I will be probably buying 20 more shares of GameStop, okay? $172 has been a very strong support for GameStop lately, and it already held $172 back on March 16th, also back on March 10th, and $172 is also a former resistance, or acted rather as a resistance back in late February, right? So I think that, and mostly taking into account that tomorrow GameStop is reporting earnings, so I think that it is very likely to hold $172 per share if that spot happens to be visited tomorrow, okay? I have a stop loss, guys. Mind you, I have a stop loss at $160, all right? So if GameStop happens to break $172 to the downside and also breaks $160, I will be probably taking a loss and exiting the trade. My price target in the case of GameStop is the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $229, $230 per share. So tomorrow, I guarantee you guys that GameStop isn't going to be for the faint of heart. It's going to be a very crazy and volatile day. And if GameStop tomorrow, guys, opens to the upside, then I am simply selling my shares at $230 and that's it. Okay, I am not holding GameStop through earnings. I don't like playing earnings, and GameStop isn't going to be the exception, okay? So my plan is either buying 20 more shares at $172 or locking in the profit at $230. If none of that happens, guys, and the closing bell is getting closer tomorrow, then I am going to simply exit the trade at whatever price GameStop could be at before the closing bell, okay? Because I don't like playing earnings, so watch out tomorrow for GameStop. This is going to be probably epic in tomorrow's trading session. And the last stock of this video is going to be good old Tesla over here. Okay, guys, in the case of Tesla, I own call options. All right, this call, I have 2 contracts that expire in mid-May. All right, so, and I am under the water as of now, so I need Tesla to pull up above $720 or $730 per share, okay? And remember that Tesla is going to be in the spotlight, guys, because ARK Invest put out their new price targets in the case of Tesla. So now we have 3 price targets. We have a bear case at $1,500 per share. We also have $3,000 as the expected value for Tesla in 2025, and we have a bull case of $4,000 per share. And I ask you guys, what do you think is going to be the price for Tesla in 2025? $1,500, $3,000 or $4,000 per share. Please drop a comment down below and let me know. So in the case of Tesla, and for those who might be interested in taking a day trade or maybe buying call options, today Tesla went up 2.31%. It closed the day at $670. It is a bit down after hours. And mind you guys, we have three very important resistances coming up in the case of Tesla. The first one is going to be $720. And why? Well, because the bulls already failed at $720 back on March 9th and also back on March 2nd. All right, so this is going to be a very important level of resistance for the bulls in the case of Tesla. We have another important resistance right at the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $738. And lastly, guys, and this is going to be a very tough spot for the bulls in Tesla. I don't think that Tesla is going to be trading above. Actually, I don't see Tesla climbing up above $780 anytime soon, because $782 acted as a very strong area of support in the case of Tesla back in February and also back in January, back in the last days of January of this year. Okay, so we have three very important levels of resistances, and let's see what happens, guys. I am actually under the water as of now with the calls that I have, but I am aware. I mean, I still have some extrinsic value over there, so I am not that worried. Okay, but yeah, the situation for Tesla is a bit tricky, guys. We have, as I said before, three important levels that the bulls have to take on. And I mean, this is Tesla, guys. So at the end of the day, anything can happen when it comes to Tesla, my Tesla. If the market happens to drop a lot as a whole, then we might see Tesla visiting the $620, okay, which acted as a support back on February 23rd. And as a hedge to the position that I already have opened with my call option, I would be buying more call options, or at least one or two contracts, if we see Tesla pulling back down to $620 per share. Okay, and with this stock, guys, I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Once again, remember, we are posting these stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, so if you want to get our notifications in a timely manner, you'd better be subscribed to the channel, and please also remember to activate the notification bell. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button for me, and remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the stock market, and we do it in two different languages, English and Spanish, but most importantly, the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another stock market update video right after the market closes. Peace out.